Could um, skate,
Uh,
patines.
okay, at skating.
I skated.
Okay, hey, nice. Sounds really good. Okay, guys, thank you very much for talking about these questions, right? I was listening to Jamilet and Aaron's conversation, and it was a good conversation. And I listened to Joanna and Vanessa's conversation, and it was a nice conversation too, right? Now it's time for, it's time for the truth. Ah! So we're gonna be talking today, guys, about the simple past tense, right? The simple past tense is a very important tense, my dear students, because you have to learn the correct pronunciation of the regular verbs in order for you to, practice and learn the correct pronunciation. So, this is very important because there are many students that they speak, they speak English in intermediate, but they don't know the correct pronunciation. So the goal for today is to practice the ed pronunciation, right? So first, I'm going to share this video, guys, with all of you. It's an important video for you to watch and understand. I'm going to play the video right now. I'm going to share the sound. There you go. And I'm going to ask you to listen to the video, please.
Hello, welcome to Pronunciation Practice. My name is Sammy, and I am an American English language student. Today, we're going to practice pronouncing past tense sounds using regular verbs ending in ed. For regular verbs, we usually add ed to the end of the verb to make it past tense. The spelling is easy because you just add ed, but the pronunciation can be a little tricky. Last weekend, I walked to the restaurant. When I got there, I glanced through the menu. The waiter arrived and I ordered a steak. After dinner, the waiter handed me the bill. I left happy because my meal tasted great. These verbs all have the past tense ed, but they are pronounced in 3 different ways. In walked and glanced, the ed makes a t sound. Walked, glanced. The ed in arrived and ordered ended with a d sound. Arrived, ordered. The ed in handed and tasted ended with an id sound. Handed, tasted. So how do you know which ed pronunciation to use? There are 3 rules to remember. First, if the verb ends in a t or d sound, use the id ending. For example, the past tense of verbs want and need becomes wanted or needed. If the verb ends in one of the following voiceless sounds, such as p, k, f, s, sh, ch, or f, use the t sound for past tense. For example, we have helped and washed. If the verb ends in any vowel or in a voiced sound like l, m, n, j, r, g, b, v, w, z, use the d ending. For example, called, played. Remember how we saw that spelling and sounds don't match up? We'll look at the following words: missed, sliced, and fixed. The last sound in each verb is spelled differently, but they all make the s sound. That's why they get the t past tense ending. Remember to focus on the last sound of a word. Both promised and closed have an S before the ed ending. However, promised has an S sound and closed has a Z sound. That's why promised has a T ending and closed has the D ending. Now you try. What are the American English pronunciations for these past tense verbs? Click pause to try the activity and press play when you are ready to continue. I used an umbrella. The ice cream melted. He pushed the button. I studied for the test. Next time, we'll practice pronouncing long and short vowels. This is American English. Thanks for watching.
Okay, thank you very much. So that is the video that we just saw, right? Welcome to the class, Marlon, and welcome to the class, Emma. I received the message. Okay, thank you, Emma. No problem. I understand. Okay, so I'm gonna go right now for the important thing of the class, and as you very well saw in the video, guys, we have different verbs, and actually that's the first thing I need to explain. In English, guys, we have regular verbs and we have irregular verbs. That's the first thing you have to keep in mind, okay? Now, I'm going to ask Aaron. Aaron, can you tell me 2 verbs in English, please? 2 verbs.
Run.
Okay, run is irregular. Okay, tell me one more.
Sleep.
Okay, run and sleep are both irregular. Thank you. Marlon, tell me 2 verbs in English, please.
Eat,
Okay, eat is irregular. Uh-huh.
play,
Okay, thank you. Finally, one regular. So play is a regular one. Thank you. Joanna, tell me 2 verbs in English, please.
Walk,
Work. Okay, thank you. Work is regular. Uh-huh.
and dance,
Dance is regular too. Thank you. Okay. Vanessa, tell me 2 verbs in English, please. Open your microphone, Vanessa.
Cook,
Okay, cook. Thank you very much. Cook is a regular verb. And
cook,
one more verb, please.
cook it,
No, cook is a verb. Tell me another verb, please.
room.
Okay, run is
Ya
run
está.
is here. Yes.
Voy,
Okay, buy. Thank you very much.
comprar.
Yes, buy. Thank you very much. Okay, so we have buy. And I need one more person. And let's see. Jamilet Moran, can you tell me 2 verbs in English, please?
drink,
Okay, drink.
and swim,
Drink and
swim.
swim.
Mhm.
Okay, drink and swim are both irregular, right? Okay, Emma, tell me 2 verbs in English, please.
Speak,
Okay, speak. Uh-huh.
singer.
And sing. Okay.
No, yes,
The
sing.
verb, yeah, the verb is sing. Okay, thank you. So we have play,
Okay.
work, dance.
Right.
They're regular verbs, and we
Right.
have a big list of irregular, right? Now,
Right.
what is the big difference? Wait, give me a second. Okay, what is the big difference between regular and irregular? Well, one of the big differences is that regular verbs in past, you have to add ed. So it's like this, and then like this, right? And then like this, and like this, right? So the spelling of the regular verbs in past, you only have to add ed, right? If you want to do it like this, right? So it's important to keep this in mind, okay? Now, what happens with irregular verbs? For irregular verbs, guys, you have to memorize the past tense of the verbs. So in this case, for example, run in past tense is ran. Sleep in past tense is slept. Eat in past tense is ate. Buy in past tense is bought. Drink in past tense is drank. Swim in past tense is swam. Speak is in past tense is spoke. And sing in past tense is sang, right? So this is something you need to keep in mind because you have to memorize the past tense of the irregular verbs, but for regular, you only have to add ed. Now today we are focusing on this. Look, we are focusing on this, and we are learning the correct pronunciation of this. Look, because when you are speaking English, you don't say play it, or you don't say work it, or dance it or cook it. No, that's awful. That's horrible. Ah! Right? So today you have to learn how to pronounce this in English, right? And that's the big goal for these basic 5. So in English, guys, we have 3 pronunciations. We have the t. Whoops. Wait, I'm going to write it better. I'm going to use this. So the first sound is this one, the t, t, t sound. The second sound is a d, d, d sound. And the third sound is id sound, right? Id sound. So, how do you pronounce this one? For example, if you want to say play in past, the pronunciation sounds as d. So you say played, played, played. Okay? Now, I would say this in Spanish. Si ustedes dicen yo jugué, en inglés, pero dicen I play, lo están diciendo en presente. Están diciendo yo juego, no yo jugué. Para que el verbo esté en pasado y se entienda en pasado, ustedes tienen que decir, pronunciar el sonido final. D. Entonces ustedes pueden decir I played, yo jugué. I played chess yesterday. Work in past tense is with the t sound. So you say worked, worked, worked. Si ustedes quieren decir yo trabajé, you say I worked. I worked 3 extra hours last night. I worked. ¿Ok? Si solamente dicen I work, están hablando en presente. Están diciendo yo trabajo. I worked 3 hours yesterday is yo trabajo 3 horas ayer. No tiene sentido. So you have to say the t. Tienen que pronunciar el t, right? I worked 3 hours. Dance in past tense is pronounced with the t sound. Danced, danced, cooked, cooked. Okay? So, and there are other examples. For example, if you want to say want, and then you say need, for example, right? In past tense, is like this, right? You have to add ed, because they are regular verbs, okay? But then what is the correct pronunciation for this, right? Here, they sound as id. And you say wanted, needed, wanted, and needed, okay? So that is in general like what we have for you guys, okay? Do you understand the idea of why it is important to pronounce the t, d, and id? For example, finish. Finish in present is terminar, but in past tense is finished. Finished. So in the class, for example, you say, teacher, ya terminé, ya terminé. You are saying, but you say, I finish, I finish. Están hablando en presente, pero ustedes piensan que están hablando en pasado. Entonces lo que realmente están diciendo es, yo termino, teacher. No terminé. Para que el verbo esté en pasado, tienen que pronunciar el sonido de t al final de sh. Entonces suena sht, sht. I finished. That is correct English. Okay? So you say, for example, Jamie, repeat. I finished.
I finished.
Shh. And listen. Shh. I finished.
I finished.
Okay, thank you. Jamie, the other Jamie, repeat please. Finished.
Finish.
And
Finish.
And the
Finish.
And the Tienes que pronunciar el sonido t at the end. Si no, el verbo no está en pasado. Finished.
Finish. No.
Finished. I can listen Brittany practicing. Okay, listen to Brittany. She's going to help you. Okay.
I finished.
Aaron, please repeat. Finished.
Finished. Finished.
Yes, that's correct. Thank you. Marlon, repeat. Finished.
Finished.
Excellent. Joanna, repeat please.
I finished.
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 La T tiene que sonar. Si no se escucha, finished.
Finished. Finished.
Okay, no, you want to scream? No problem. Okay, Vanessa, repeat please. Finished.
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 A usted le suena como che el verbo en presente, pero es una SH, es sh, finish.
Finished. Finished.
No, finished.
Finished.
Okay, you need to practice. We're going to practice that, don't worry. Emma, repeat finished.
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 Yes, that's correct. Finished. Okay.
Finished.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Now, let's go. Maybe you're saying right now, teacher, how do I know when I have to say the t, d, or id? When? Right? How do you know? So the question is going to go here right now. Chan, chan, chan. And that's why we have the rules you have to memorize. Now, this is not easy to understand, but please, I need your attention, okay? Joanna, you can go to your evaluation right now. Joanna, are you going to your evaluation?
Yes.
Okay, so you can go.
Yes, teacher. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, listen, I am recording the class. This class I'm recording it, so I'm going to send you the link.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Good night.
Bye, good night. Okay, so we continue then. This is not easy to understand, but pay attention to this. We have the sound t, 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 and the rule says any verb that ends in these sounds, right? These sounds you have to say with the past tense, okay? For example, and then we have, for example, help. Help, look, finishes with the p sound, and the p sound is here, okay? So you say help. In past tense is helped, 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 okay? Now, wash, look, wash, finishes with the sh sound. Wash. So in past tense is washed, washed, right? So if you write a sentence, for example, like this, and you say, I helped my mom yesterday. Okay, that's a correct sentence. And the correct pronunciation is, I helped my mom yesterday. Okay? Or for example, you can say, my brother washed the dishes last night. My brother washed the dishes last night. And once again, pay attention to the correct pronunciation, because here we are saying, here, look, the verb is ed, the verb is in ed, but the pronunciation is, I helped my mom, my brother washed the dishes. Okay? For example, one verb that finishes with s. Well, one regular verb that finishes with s is kiss, right? So in past tense is with ed, but the pronunciation is with t. So you say kiss in Spanish is besar, but kissed is besé or besó, right? But then you have to say kissed, kissed, okay? Si no pronuncian la T, no está en pasado, okay? For example, you say, I kissed my daughter today in the afternoon. I kissed my wife today in the at night, for example, right? Kissed, okay? Do you understand this rule number 1? Guys, do you understand this rule number 1?
Yes, but I believe that it's very important to practice.
Yes, very definitely.
Yes, in memorize.
Yeah.
Every word or the last letter for or is or is
yes, definitely. It's very important. Practice makes perfect. Okay, thank you, Aaron. Any other person? Questions, or do you understand rule number 1? Okay, so if there are no questions, I'm gonna go for rule number 2 then, and this is really important. So here we go. Rule number 2 is the sound. Oops, wait, no, wait, I made a mistake. This is not the correct. This is the next activity. So here, rule number 2 is here, okay? And it says, any verb that ends with a vowel sound, or the sounds, all these sounds, right, you pronounce with d, 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 okay? So you say, for example, the verb is call, but in past tense is with ed, and the pronunciation is with the. So you say cold, cold, cold. For example, you can say, I called my mom last night, or I called my friends in WhatsApp. Now the verb play, look, finishes with e sound, and e is a vowel. Play sound, okay, vowel sound. So in past tense is with ed, but the pronunciation is with d. So you say played, played, played. And you say, for example, I played with my friends, or she played a nice game, or Aaron played a fantastic game. for example, right? Okay, played, called. Okay. Now, what are other verbs that apply to the rule? Well, for example, imagine that we have the verb learn. Learn is a verb that finishes with the sound it finishes with the sound Now, in past tense, learn is Learned, right? But what is the pronunciation? The pronunciation is different, right? The pronunciation, you say learned, learned, right? The ed sounds as d, or d in this case. So you say learned, learned. I learned the irregular verbs tonight. I learned the class. I learned some numbers. I learned new vocabulary. Okay? Learned. Another example, and listen, and here look, we have the sound okay? I can give you, for example, one verb with the final sound v. For example, we can say, I'm going to erase everything. Okay. For example, we have in this case live. Live finishes with e, but the last sound, remember, el último sonido, the last sound is v. Live. Live. Right? So we say that the sound that we're talking about is the v sound. Now, the spelling, live in past tense, is with ed. Actually, here we only add d. But the pronunciation is with the d sound. So you say lived, lived, lived. Okay? Called, played, lived. For example, you can say, I lived in Usulután 2 years ago. Or you can say, I lived in Soyapango 10 years ago. I lived, lived. Okay? Once again, si no pronuncian la D, el sonido D al final, no está en pasado. Están hablando en presente. Si ustedes dicen, I live in San Salvador 2 years ago, the sentence in Spanish is, yo vivo en San Salvador hace 2 años. Pero si quieren decir yo viví, you have to say I lived. I lived. Okay? That makes the difference. Okay, so let's see, let me erase everything. Okay, do you understand, guys, the rule number 2? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Well, rule number 1 is t sound. Rule number 2 is d sound. And now we go with the easiest, which is id, id, id sound. So how do you pronounce that? And let's go for the number 3. And the number 3 is, wait, let me close this. Okay, and here, right? So you say, when the verb ends with the t or the d sound, you have to pronounce id. For example, want finishes with the t sound. And need finishes with the d sound. Okay? So the verb in Spanish is todo verbo que en presente el último sonido sea la T o la D, que curiosamente son los sonidos que hemos estudiado anteriormente, right? You have to pronounce id, id. So you say wanted, wanted, needed, needed, right? Yo quería, I wanted. Yo quería ir, I wanted to go. I needed money. I needed your attention. For example, yo necesitaba, I needed your attention. Okay? I wanted the car. Now, I can give you other examples of verbs that, finish with this. For example, accept, divide. Let's see. Any others? Accept, divide. Oh, correct. One more. Let's see. Okay, right now I don't have more ideas. But then accept and divide and correct are examples, right? So in the past tense, you say, you know, the correct spelling is with ed, the other one is with ed, and the other one is with ed. Okay, and the pronunciation is different because you say accepted. I accepted the job. I divided the class. I corrected the mistakes. Accepted, divided, corrected. Okay, that's a past tense. In present, accept, divide, correct. Past tense, accepted, divided, and corrected. Okay, so that is the rule number 3, right? Any questions? Yes, Marlon.
¿Por qué si el sonido que has hecho es literal ed, mencionas id?
El sonido es id. Id.
Se te ha escuchado como que la finalidad es ed, wanted.
Wanted.
Ed.
Yes.
¿Vale? Ed.
Ajá, ok. El sonido puede ser id o ed. Suena muchas veces, porque no siempre van a pronunciar como wanted, sino que suena como ed cuando están hablando, ¿ok? Pero no es así como regla de que es ed. El sonido es id, pero es una i bien cortita. So you say, I wanted, tid. I wanted $3. I needed money, ¿ok? Entonces, de hecho hay un debate. Hay personas que dicen que es ed, otras que es id. Pero cuando se está hablando suena como las dos. Wanted, needed.
Sí, porque si decís wanted, o sea, se escucha raro.
It's correct. No, actually it's correct. You can say wanted. Pero entre menos reducimos nuestro acento, porque si en español, si pronuncias como en español, si decís, por ejemplo, I wanted $3, suena raro. Entonces tenés que reducir tu acento español y sonar más como gringo, decir I wanted $3, right? Pero entonces eso lo vas reduciendo con la práctica. Pero sí, pero el error es, Marlon, si decís I want $3 or I need money yesterday. That's a mistake. But if you say I needed or I needed, but it sounds like needed. I needed $3. Okay, thank you. More questions? Yamilet, Vanessa, Emma, Yami, Aaron?
No, teacher.
No questions? Okay, Aaron, yes?
All the words that the last pronunciation
The last sound.
The last sound, okay, is T or D is id.
Yes, is id.
Okay.
But the verb
only, okay.
The verb has to be regular. Okay?
Okay.
Only for regular verbs. Irregular verbs, it's a different thing. Right?
Okay, see.
Yeah,
nice.
You have to practice. You have to like.
Yes.
Remember
yes.
that this also it's a matter of time, because the more you advance, you get more vocabulary,
Of course.
more verbs, more practice.
Yes. Yes. It's the practice.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Thank
nice.
You. Thank you, Aaron, for your questions. No more questions? Yami, Vanessa, Yamilet Moran, Emma? No? Okay. So let's continue then with the practice. Now it's time for you to practice, okay? And here, the first thing we're gonna do is, I want you please to write questions, okay? Now, I'm sorry. I want you to answer this question. What did you do on the weekend? Okay, what did you do? And you have to select 3 verbs. The link, right? Let's see, somebody's asking for the link. Wait, what's going on with this? Okay, I'm gonna share the link right now with all of you for you to participate in this exercise. Yeah, the link, please. I'm gonna share with everyone right now the link. Please join the Nearpod session. Okay. And then here, the question is, what did you do on the weekend? Remember, here you type your sentences and you say, for example, last weekend I watched one sentence, for example, my favorite series. Okay, there we have one sentence here, and the sentence is right. Last weekend I watched my favorite series. That's one sentence. Okay, so I'm gonna give you some time for you to practice, please, and I'm gonna wait for you.